so to get that type of feedback and realize what I write matters in a way now, that you're in college, you kind of have a bigger stage to put it out there. That was empowering for me and definitely made me realize that, like, okay, I should and I can put work into it and I can produce something that's worthwhile.
Grand Valley State University is home to over 20,000 undergraduate students and offers more than 90 unique majors. Students here can study anything from the fine arts to computer sciences to business to management to biomedical sciences. But before these students enter their major and develop their understanding of these subjects, they must complete first-year writing courses that prepare them for their time in college. Following the completion of these courses, writing in each discipline becomes increasingly nuanced. We want to know how this discipline-specific writing varies from major to major. In order to learn more about writing assignments in different majors, we sat down with 5 senior students and asked them about the writing that they do on a daily basis. Here's what they told us.
I'm Leanne. I'm a student at GVSU. This is my 4th year, so I'm a senior. I'm in the cardiovascular sonography program. This will be my second to last semester. Next semester I'll graduate in April.
We met with Leanne downtown at the Cook DeVos Center for Health Sciences. She showed us around the lab a little bit, and then we got talking about what sort of work she does for her major.
We do a lot of scanning work, like assignments in the beginning of the semester. They wanted us to practice scanning each other. This semester, we have a lot of like presentation work, so we have to find like a case study online. I find mine through the GVSU library. And we have to present on it and write a paper on it. We also had a big project with physics. We had to do our own experiment. So
a lot of Leanne's work is hands-on, but other science majors end up doing a lot more writing. We talked to Cole and Trent to find out about their research projects.
In those classes, we mostly do like clinical research, so we'll have to like read research articles and analyze them and write summaries of them in some classes. We also just have a lot of textbook information that we're responsible for learning and just stuff of that nature, really. It's just like, here are the facts, you need to know these, you'll be tested on them.
Researching, I don't find it as fun to research scientific articles than like classic articles when I have to do research for classes. Science professors are looking for a lot of like checklist items where your work meets this criteria, having certain information, being written in a certain way, X, Y, Z, because that's how scientific writing is. You just need to present information, you don't need to make it flowery, but classics professors definitely look for a lot more out of your writing. I think I find it more difficult to write for classics because it's more like proof, discussion of proof, how you're tying things in, abstract thinking, and you're kind of building your persuasive argument as you write the paper. For science, your results are your persuasion.
While scientific writing is objective and to the point, Cole feels like he can be much more creative when he's writing about the classics. Other creative majors don't always involve a lot of writing, though. Here's Ron Boudreau talking about writing in his theater class.
It really depends, because theater does all parts: acting, directing, analysis, as well as all design courses. The major writing ones would be stuff like theater history. It's very heavy with it. It's our SWS course. We've had to write multiple pages on a certain era and try to do design work and analyze work versus just based on what they did during that time, so trying to modernize it.
Even though it's theater, a majority of Ron's writing assignments are essays in which he has to be analytical and objective, a little bit like in the sciences. But what about people who work with money? What type of writing do they do?
A lot of math. Accounting sucks. It's a lot of just like learning problems, studying. My first 2 years, we did a lot of like online homework we constantly had to do, and you could sit down and do one problem and it would be 3 hours, or you could do 5 and it would take you 3 hours to do 5 of them. So I feel like I don't spend a lot of time writing for papers in my accounting classes because they're looking for just like, do they have what this is? Do they have the formulas? They don't really care what you're writing, so I don't take as long to write it. It depends on the class. Like right now I'm in, when you're in tax, you get a situation and you're like, this person gets paid this much, this is how many dependents they have, they're this age, they just have lists everything about them, and you have to know the laws. And the tax code that we get is like 4 inches thick.
So we've heard from a few different majors at Grand Valley. We know a little bit about what they write and why they write it. But we're still kind of wondering, Do they like writing?
I've never liked writing. I always thought it was like really hard and I didn't see the point really.
I just like grammar, like sentence structure, so I'm really good at that. So I was taking a lot of the classes, writing classes. I had to deal with that. The grammar is really black and white. I can't write fiction. I hate writing fiction. But stuff with like grammar and writing a research paper, I prefer doing those things because it's so black and white. You don't have to like spend hours coming up with idea. There's no like writer's block. It's just like, this is what it is.
Not really. I had some writing as a hobby in my high school days, and we used to do like stream of consciousness writing a lot. We started as a class, and then I did it like that, and I did it for one class kind of outside of class as a hobby, stoicism and identity. But beyond that, I've never really written as a hobby. And like when I was really little, I wrote like comic books, but yeah, that was playful stuff.
When we started this project, we wanted to learn about what it's like to write in different majors. We're so familiar with our own coursework that sometimes it seems weird to think other students at Grand Valley don't spend their time workshopping short stories or revising their multimodal projects. What we found, though, is that while we study different things and do different activities in class, we all write in a pretty similar way. We organize our thoughts, we focus the content, we consider the expectations of our professors. Other disciplines may seem alien to us, but writing is the thing that connects us all. And I think that's something to get excited about.